Hey guys, I hope you're all well and navigating this. What are we going into? New moon with Leo or something like that? Again, I'm not great with astrology, so there are some amazing astrologers out there who understand all these different alignments with the planets and what's happening, or the non alignments. I know we've gone into retrograde as well. I'm grateful to say that I have slept the last 2 nights because holy shit, last week was. Oh, it was just awful. I just wasn't sleeping. So, welcome to my garden. I thought I'll do something different today and come and sit in the garden because it's very seldom that I get outside until I'm finished with sessions for the day. This is not the easiest for me because I'm noticing all my grey hair. And no, this is not gold dust. This is my forehead that, interesting enough, is showing stuff. Anyway, you see, I bring attention to myself, but anyway, it is what it is. For those of you who know me already, this is how I roll. So I wanted to share with you one thing I've noticed on my own journey, and for those of you who have started this experience of waking up, who have been on your own internal journeys, no matter how long it's been. So for me, it's been 14 odd years, going on to 15. And you know what I forgot, guys? I forgot to have fun. And this is what I'm coming to realize and notice in these last few years with so many clients, that we drive ourselves freaking batty being on these spiritual journeys. We actually do. So what I used to do was ask everybody at social events, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? And I couldn't find the line between being the real Michelle, who was a mother, involved, was getting married to my now husband, and the role between Michelle being the counselor at the time. I was a part-time counselor, part-time caregiver, studying counseling skills with hospice, and then started to study neuro-linguistic programming. And I drove myself and everyone around me. I think I was actually quite unpleasant to be with, and unpleasant to want to be around, because I was always throwing my counselor, who was my counselor, my facilitator, one of my very good friends. I threw Vicky in everybody's face, like, you got to go see Vix, you got to go see Vix, you got to see Vix. And what I forgot to realize is that I was making it about everybody else, and I wasn't making it about me. What do I mean by that? Is that I came to this observation in my own self, is that, and I hope this helps any of you in some way. You're on your own journey, and even if you've had a session with me and you didn't like it, or you still want to have a session with me and it turns out to be great or it isn't, I always say to anybody, take what resonates. What doesn't, park it. And I probably was told that 14, 15 years ago, but I was so seeking. I was so desperate to seek, to want to be better, to be fixed. And I was never broken, but I thought of myself as broken. And even my friend Vic said, Mish, you're not broken, but I was healing. I was healing a lot of the old. I am a work in progress. And I'm sure all of you are too. So know this, that none of us are broken. Our systems that we live in, that we have chosen to live in, may feel as if they're broken. You may have days of being in deep depressions. You may have months of being in deep depressions. You may have grown up feeling as if you are depressed. And I'm just noticing I need to wipe my makeup here, sorry. So we have these moments, and remember, they're moments in time. But with these moments of all these different feelings, the depression can feel real for somebody else. You know, if I was to meet somebody who's suffered from depression their whole life and been diagnosed as clinically depressed, I could only walk with you on that journey until you decide. And what do I mean by that? Sorry, you see, I'm kind of flipping. I can only walk with you on your journey, guys, because I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to heal with you. heal you. I'm here to walk with you. I'm here to bring noticings. I'm here to bring different observations. Even you guys watching this right now, I'm bringing a different perception to where we're at, to who I am. And you all have different perceptions of me. I have a different perception of me daily. I just chatted to a friend now, and she just laughed at me because I can be very airy-fairy, very flighty, very out of my body. So grounding is very important for me. And sometimes I think I'm grounded, but I'm not. And let me give an example. So last week, my husband and I were driving in the car, and he had said something, and I called him grumpy, which he doesn't like. And he is grumpy. When he's in a soft space, he'll go, yes, I know I'm grumpy, But when he's triggered, he doesn't like being told that he's grumpy. And I take the piss. So I think it's funny in that moment, but it's not for him. And especially when he's taking things personally. And he looked at me and he said, well, how do you think it feels living with you, me, that I'm always out in the field? And I think that I'm in my body. I think that I'm in my groundedness. Like right now I am, because I'm sitting here on the lawn and I'm consciously aware of what I'm saying. And I looked and I thought, I actually never thought of that, because I thought I had all my shit together. And the reality is I don't. And I had to take that on and say, okay. And to go back to what this friend was saying, she said, oh my God, Michelle, like la, 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 la. And I can be incredibly scattered. I don't know if that's a trauma response. I don't know if that's something that, I'm most certainly learning the difference between when I'm in my trauma and I disassociate, and learning between when I'm being grounded and in my body. An example that comes to mind is cold water therapy, cold water plunging. I went and did it for the first time last weekend, and the whole group goes in. They Trojan through. I go up to my knees and I have to really breathe. And then I walk out, and then I go, okay, I can do it. And then I walk back in, and then I go up to here. Still breathing. But like I said to my husband, because he said, well, why don't you come with us? It's great energy being with a group. And he said, are you embarrassed? And I said, no, not at all. I said, this is just my process for now. I will get there. I will get there where I feel like I can. Oh, I might not. I don't know. It's just my own process. So again, about being in your own process of this spiritual walk that we're walking. Guys, don't put pressure on yourself. Frickin' hell, there's enough pressure in everyday life. Sometimes we slip up. Sometimes we do things. Sometimes I eat sweets and then I don't feel great. Sometimes I'll eat cake and then I don't feel great. But when I'm eating the cake, I feel amazing. You see? Contradiction. But I don't contradict myself in that moment. I wake up and I feel like, oh, I'm a little bit sluggish. Okay, I had a bit too much sugar. But shit, man, live life, guys. Live life. So many of us on these journeys, I most certainly too. What do I eat? What don't I eat? Da, 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 da. We all know the theories. We all know what's good for our bodies when we listen to what's good for our bodies. Like, I know sugar is not my best thing. And let me be clear, I don't eat sugar every day. I'll have some dark chocolate every now and again, or every 2 to 3 days. Like, I like to nibble on little tidbits. I'm a snacker. So I'll have sugar. I'll go and have a cake maybe once every 2 weeks, a slice of cake. And then I have it in that moment, but the next day I might feel a little bit inflamed, like shit in my back of my throat or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, reel it back in again. And then I sort of go a little bit more clearer, cleansing with the way I eat, with the way lots more water. But I'm listening to my body. And I feel like some of us have gone so extreme in so many different ways, and we've got to be on this specific path because this is the path that I've been told. This is what we've got to do. This is how we're going to be involved in this awakening and this ascension. And you know what? When we're doing something or coming from a place of love, nothing else matters. So when I eat the cake, I love the cake. When I'm eating my sweets, I love the sweets. And then the next day I'm like, Not ideal, but I don't beat myself up as what I used to. I'm most certainly the kind of person that I like balance with everything. Still learning though, let me be real. Still learning the balance because like I've said, and like I notice, I can be kind of out there, out of my body, very differently though, because I'm kind of oscillating between being out there and in here. And I don't know, I'm learning. I'm learning what the difference is. I'm learning. So when my husband said that to me, I had to take it on and go, okay, let me think about that. It can't be very easy to live with someone like me who's who just laughs at stupid shit. And that's what I've learned. Fucking take it on, don't take it on, listen, don't listen. But stop taking life so seriously, Michelle. Just stop it. Like I can see again. I'm looking, I'm going, oh my God. I'm deciding, am I going to go for Botox again? Which was so intense when I did it 4 years ago. Like for 2 weeks, my flippin' forehead was so sore. So yep, when I have Botox, you guys will notice that I won't, if I go for it. But I sit with these things. And then the one day I just go, okay, I'm going to go and do it. But it's about not taking life seriously. Some of the most amazing teachers, and I'm not going to mention names, I look at them and I go, shit. They've either got a freaking amazing health regime that they've had for years or they've had a facelift. But that's judging them in that moment. And who cares? Who cares what they have done? Who cares what I have done to my face? But this, I can tell you now, the more I'm looking at myself, the more I'm like, shit. Botox is looking pretty good right now. Because I'm not easily accepting getting older. My skin, not the easiest. And I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I was looking at photos the other day where my husband looked at me, looked at the photo, looked at me, looked at the photo, and I went, what? And he said, I went, a lot younger. That was 15 years ago before I met you. But you know what? It's in the acceptance of what is. So again, if you're on this journey, if you're listening to me, take again what resonates, what doesn't resonate, park it, don't park it, listen, don't listen. Feel into what feels good for you. Your heart knows. Shit, I love. My kids were making cake pops the other day, and the smell of cake, the batter, just reminded me of being at home, being in the kitchen with my mom, fighting over the bowl. Who was going to lick the bowl? Who was going to lick the spoon? How can that be a wrong message that I'm giving to my body when I'm eating cake or smelling the cake? It's the memory of the joy, guys. And the more, I was going to use the words desensitized, because I think a lot of people in these spiritual worlds have become desensitized to what is, what we're holding, what needs to be released. And last bit of me talking. Take your journey at its own pace, okay? I most certainly deep dived, and I realized with plant medicine that when I'm ready, I decide to do another journey. I know it, I feel it. I feel the medicine saying, okay, Michelle, you're ready. Whereas previously, I was weekly sessions. Holy shit, I just, for years and years, just wanted to fix myself because I felt like I was broken. And I cried a lot, and I feel like I never kind of came up to breathe, and I forgot how to laugh. I forgot how to have fun. Most of the time, I forgot to have fun because I was listening to CDs, good old CDs, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, going for counseling. And I felt broken and probably hectically depressed without even knowing it. I just never knew it. It wasn't something that came into my vibration. It wasn't something that came into the world that I lived in. But we can go in and out with our emotions. And what I'm going to share with you is don't sit in the emotions. Allow. So if you're grieving something, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling suppressed, if you're feeling angry, allow, let it come up. If you're angry, let it out. Get it out your body, man. Fuck you. I can help you with that. I'm very good. expressing, because I feel it's important, because underneath the anger lies deep, deep, deep sadness. And for those of us who have had trauma, who suffer from trauma, who are still working through trauma, it's accessing those emotions that kind of hover in our bodies. And I've had to learn the very real difference between disassociating, which I've done when I did cold water therapy, walked in with the group and I just left. And then I came back into my body, and it was a day of what felt like hell for me. Little girl inside of me, little Michelle, just needing to be held. And I cried and cried and cried. So now I find my own process. And this is what I like to teach you guys. I walk with you. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to heal you. I walk with you, and I bring up moments within sessions to help you, to guide you, to hold space and allow you to unravel. But then the unraveling happens even after the sessions. And the unraveling could be massive moments of joy where you're like, oh my God, I haven't felt like this for a long time. And then you kind of just maybe just, the waves aren't so, they're more kind of like you're surfing, you're cruising. So I hope this helps in some way. And just know that within this learning of what love is about, within this learning, within this space, within this mastering of earth, we are here to learn, guys, to learn about ourselves, to learn about others. Did I say selves or selves? I often get that so weird. But selves and selves. And we had to learn about others. And that's the beauty of being human. That is the absolute beauty. To have as much fun as we can. Laughing out loud. Taking things with a pinch of salt. Laughing when somebody says, oh my God, and I'm like, yep, could you imagine living with me? Could you imagine living with me? I'm a lot of fun, by the way, I think. So take little bits at a time, guys. Deep dive every now and again, and then take little bits at a time. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following me. Thank you for your comments. Jill and I, 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, which I think is 4:30 Pacific time. We have our platform party. Zoom link is at the bottom. Join us. Show up on time, please. And we look forward to taking you on a few guided sessions. What do I mean by that? Hold on, let me think about this. A few guided moments in time with spirit, meeting your spirit guides. There we go. And you see how quickly it happens. I lose track. God. Life. Learning about the brain. Learning about the body. But hey, I'm still here sitting in this beautiful space where I'm surrounded by nature and the birds. Join us tomorrow morning to learn to let go, to learn to breathe. And I'll be channeling the Council of Eight. And I look forward to seeing you guys. And I'm so grateful that I've come out here, because I feel so at peace right now, even though I get my words tangled. Remember, you will bring different people into your space at different times. Not wrong or right, not good or bad, just is. I love you guys. Love is why we are here, just like being in nature. It's giving to us all right now. Have a great day. Bye guys. Hope to see you tomorrow.